Hey guys, I'm at the bus. In this video we focus on replacing and repairing that old hydraulic clutch setup. So let's go. Alright guys, well, it feels good to be back at the bus and working on it, making some progress. For all you guys who have been following along, I appreciate it. And where we left off last time, we needed to address the clutch, get that to work, so we get this thing into gear. You know, what we want to do is drive this thing out of here. So that's what we'll be working on. You know, if you're just joining us, you got to go back and watch those previous videos to get caught up to where we're at, so you know what we're doing. So let's take a look and see where we're going to be working today. Alright, so, well, I have to get underneath and replace that slave cylinder, so I had to get a little room, so I got her all lifted up with my handy dandy farm jack. And it's not the easiest to do on sloped forest floor, but we got her up. Got some wood blocks to keep her lifted up. You know, safety third. She should be safe enough. Subsequently, what I've done is created a human-sized deadfall trap where I get to spend all day in the kill zone. Great. Should be fine. Yeah. So I guess first thing I gotta do is climb under here and get to that slave cylinder, which there's not gonna be a whole lot of room for me, but let's get under there. Along with that slave cylinder underneath, I'm also gonna have to get the master cylinder off the firewall there. And once we replace that master cylinder, I'll be able to connect it to the slave cylinder with some brake line, and we'll bleed that system. You know, it wouldn't be so bad in here if the rats hadn't lived in here for 25 years. If you remember how bad this was, I'll show some pictures of the rat nest. Yeah, it was pretty bad. You know, the brake lines and stuff are still here, but they just got so rusted and rotted out from being in that rat nest that not much left of them. But we'll replace that and hopefully get this clutch to work and get this thing to drive. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, now I'm up under here under the dash, working with the pedal assembly to start moving that clutch master cylinder, and I just wanted to show you where I'm at, what I'm doing here. Now I just got under here to start seeing how to remove this, and I noticed it's already been disconnected here. So I'm just wondering if they were attempting to replace that master cylinder when they parked it last, or had just replaced it, but I don't think that's a new one out there. Either way, it's already disconnected for me there. On to the next. Alright. Alright, well there she be. You know, as I look at it, it's not looking so bad. It might have been new when it was put on there 25 years ago. But regardless, we got a new one to replace it with. Alright guys, well, up under here now, and trying to get eyes on that slave cylinder. It's not going to be easy to get to. That's the clutch fork, and that's where the slave cylinder mounts into it. Slave cylinder's going to be, yeah, up under here with all the spiders. Oh, there she is. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to get up in there and remove that slave cylinder there so I can put the new one on. Yeah, there she is. Okay. Alright, I need to get up there on that thing. Alright guys, there's the old slave cylinder. I got it off there. It was a pain in the ass. Alright, there's the old ones and the new ones. The first thing we got to do is bench bleed the new one, and then we can install it. Alright guys, I'm ready to bench bleed this master cylinder. This is a very typical setup. I put it in the bench vise. Ran a bit of old brake line back into itself. I'm going to fill it full of brake fluid here. I'm going to use a screwdriver to actuate this, which is going to pump the fluid through and back into itself, getting rid of all the air bubbles in advance before we mount it in there. This way we should have pressure from the beginning to be able to bleed those brakes. It's actually bleeding itself at the moment. Yeah, I'll just actuate this with the screwdriver and get this ready to mount. Top this off. We'll just keep going until there's no more air bubbles coming out. Alright, let's get this thing mounted up. Now we need to start plumbing them together. Okay guys, well I got that master cylinder all mounted up. Now I got to climb back underneath and get that slave cylinder hooked up. So let's do that. Alright, well, underneath the bus here, bolting up that slave cylinder. See if you can even see where I'm at, what I'm doing. Getting her on there. Alright guys, I got that slave cylinder all mounted up. Now I just need to connect it to the master cylinder with some this steel brake line I picked up from the auto parts store. I got a flaring kit and a cutter to make it to fit. So let's do that. Well, let's get her installed. Alright, I got the master cylinder connected to the slave cylinder with that new brake line. It's not the prettiest, but it'll work. Now we just need to fill it full of fluid and start bleeding the air out of the system. Well, I think I got all the air bled out of that system. I'm going to go inside and hook up the clutch pedal to the master cylinder now. Alright, I'm up under here in the dash hooking up this clutch pedal. Let's see, should be fairly easy. Let's see which way this goes. Oh yeah. Okay, it's all connected. Now if we've done everything right, we should have clutch. Let me get all set up here. Alright, I'm going to try pushing this clutch pedal, seeing what happens down there. I got the camera set up down there as well. It's a little stiff, but should be expected. Sticky. Oh, it just went to the floor and stuck. I don't think it's working. Alright, let me go down and check and see what's going on. You know how much more pleasant this would be, or easier even, in a shop? Instead of being out here on the floor. Where I'm at underneath the bus is actually the base of that rat's nest that went all the way up to the motor department. Well, I'm going to try to get you where I'm at and show you what we're looking at. Up here in the clutch. So, you can see this is the pressure plate, and then here's the clutch discs, and they're fused to the pressure plate. So that's one thing we're dealing with. I don't know if I'll be able to show you everything here, but let's see. Alright, well then up there is the clutch fork throwout bearing. And I notice when I do the clutch, it's working that throwout bearing, but the clutch itself is not releasing from the pressure plate. So that's where I'm at now. Also up here on the slave cylinder and clutch fork, there's an adjustment that could be done there. So I might try to adjust that if it'll let me, to get a little more throw on that clutch. Okay, well, trying to adjust the travel on that clutch fork was going to be impossible with this adjusting rod rusted solid like this. This is what comes out of the slave cylinder and then goes into the clutch fork. It has some adjustment there, but it was rusted solid, so I undid some things and removed it, and now I'm going to put some penetrating fluid on it and try to get those bolts to break free. Might have to go back and put it in the vise, but that's what we're doing now. Okay guys, I got it. I had to take it home and put it in the vise and use a torch to heat it up and use plenty of penetrating fluid, but it's adjustable. I'm going to climb under there and put it back in and go from there. Alright guys, well, I was able to get that adjusting rod to work, and I installed it and was able to get more travel out of that clutch, but the clutch disc still fused to the pressure plate. I was down there forever banging on it and prying. I can't get it to separate. There is another option I could try, and that's to start this thing up, and with the motor running it'll have some centrifugal force, and maybe if I rev it up and depress the clutch, I get it to break loose that way. So I might give that a try. Alright guys, I think I got it all set up to be able to start it. Rats chewed through another one of my spark plug wires, so I had to go find another one. And I don't have throttle cable, so I made a temporary fix. Okay guys, I think I'm ready to give this a try. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Well, let's give it a try. I've ran a string for throttle right now. Just temporary, but it'll work. And I set up a battery and gas can over here. Let me hook up the coil and the fuel pump. Verify that's working. Okay guys, it just started up. I guess I'm going to give it a chance to warm up. I'm going to try pushing the clutch. Maybe get some gas. I got the clutch completely depressed. I don't think it didn't feel like it came loose. Let me go check it out. Well, it still didn't work, so I'm going to keep trying. Do it again here. I don't think it's working. Well guys, unfortunately that didn't work. But I'm not giving up hope. I still got another plan. We're gonna have to save that for the next video because I'm gonna need a new jack. I'm gonna need to get some help. And well, what I'm gonna attempt to do is jack this thing up, start it in gear, get it going up to speed, and then drop that jack. Hopefully that will break the clutch free. I don't know, I've never done it before. I've never even seen it done. I've read about it. But I think we need to give that a try. And it's worth a shot. You know, it's otherwise I got to drop the transmission or pull the motor or tow it out of here, which I've got that option, but I'd rather drive it out of here. So stay tuned for that video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And like, comment, share, tell your friends. Stay tuned for that next video. Hey guys, Super Clean sent me a few of their products to test out. And I happily said yeah, because I'm already familiar with Super Clean. I use them regularly and it's very good. They got some other products I've never seen before. Some floor absorbent. They have an aerosol spray now. They have a wheel cleaner, and of course the classic degreaser, which you could dilute for everyday use, or for, you know, if you're getting serious, you could leave it full strength. We're gonna go try it out and show you how well it works. So let's go do that. All right, guys. The first thing I want to try cleaning is this grill. Let's see how well this thing cleans up. kidding me? Look how well that looks. That's the first time that's been cleaned in over 25 years. This is solid. There's a few rust spots down here. Let me show you. Man, that cleaned up nice. That's just barely wiping it down with a rag, and a little bit of that super clean. Alright guys, you've seen firsthand how well super clean work. You better go pick some up for yourself.